I'm going to show you how to start a logging operation in Farming Simulator 19. Number 1, the first step you are going to do is you are going to plant trees. So you'll need a tractor and you will need a tree planter. You can buy a tree planter in the store under implements in forestry equipment. It's this one right here. This is what will allow you to plant pallets of saplings, which can be found under pallets over here for $1,000. You'll get the tree planter hooked up to your tractor. Take your tractor to an open piece of land. You can plant your saplings anywhere. They can grow in a field, they can grow on grassland as long as you own it. You can even put saplings in the middle of a road and they'll grow. I don't recommend that. You'll start blocking traffic and it'll just be a pain. But the trees can grow anywhere. That's not an issue. So you'll just get set up. You will lower it, turn it on, and start driving as straight as you can. That'll give you a nice, even row of saplings. The spacing between the saplings is predetermined by the planter. As far as I know, there's no way to change that. And there's really no need to change it. The spacing will be just fine for any logging or any real purposes you need it for. Now we'll talk about number 2, the growing stage of the trees. Trees in this game take 12 days to fully mature. That's when they really become the most profitable for your business. These are fully matured trees. Once harvested, they'll give you 4 8-meter long logs. The longer and straighter the logs are, the more the sawmill will buy them for. Now we'll talk about the harvesting stage. This is by far the trickiest part, if you can call it tricky, of logging, and this is what makes logging one of the more difficult ways to play Farming Simulator 19. You're going to need some specialized equipment. Right here in front of us, we have a tree harvester. This is the best one in the game. These two are fairly identical. There is a third option right here, but this one is so small it can't handle fully matured trees. Just don't buy this one. Buy one of these two and just either save your money for them or lease them. They are well worth it. So this is going to be our tree harvester. We will also need a front loader with a log fork attachment, and we will also need a truck and a trailer to transport the logs. Any of the semis in the game will work for this. Really? Any of them will? This is the most expensive one, the Lizard Roadrunner. And the trailer we have is, in forestry equipment, the Timber Runner. Alright, so that's the equipment you will need for harvesting and transporting. I'll try to show you how to harvest your trees the most efficient way I think I know how to do. Alright, we're going to start this thing up. The controls in these machines they take a bit of time to get used to. Just play around with it and just keep doing it. You will get the hang of it. It just does take some time. Alright, we're going to pull up alongside the tree we're going to go for. We're going to swing this over here. I'll try to show this for you guys. Alright, so we're trying to line the head of this machine up with the tree as much as we can. We're going to turn it on, and right now we're going to go ahead and cut it. Alright, so there, the log is cut. We're now going to swing the arm around to pull the tree out away from us. Okay, so now that we've got it away from us, you can set the length. You can see in the left right there, I'm changing it. 8 meters. If your machinery that you're working can handle it, this is the best way to do it. Cut it into fewest pieces, and we'll sell for the most at the sawmill. So go ahead and cut it. It runs the log through it, chops it at 8 meters, and then we'll just keep doing this. Chop it. Here, let's lift this log up. See, it's removing all of these small branches very quickly. Just like that, we have a whole tree harvested, and we're done with that. So now, you just back up, swing it back around, lower it a little bit. Oh, from time to time, if you put your machine, I think it's if you put it too far down and try to... You'll get this error message, this tree is too thick for this machine. Don't do that and panic that you don't have the right, you have too big of trees or you don't have the right machinery. This is simply because you have it too far on the ground. Just lift it up, and it should go away. All right, you just do it again. Drag it to the side. Make sure it's off the ground enough. Like that. And run the next tree through. Now I am going to move the logs into my semi-trailer. I'm going to get in my loader, driving over to where the logs are. And you'll just pick them up with your loader. The log fork, it's not terribly hard to get to work right. I've got a bucket full of logs. I'm going to slowly transport this to my trailer. It doesn't have to be pretty. You're just going for as many logs as you can carry without dropping them all over the place. And even in loading it into the trailer, it doesn't have to be pretty because there are straps that will hold it in place. So all you have to worry about is fitting as many logs in as you can. And if you're close to the sawmill, it's not going to make that much of a difference if you have 10 or 20% more logs in your trailer. So don't worry about it too much, especially as you're just getting used to it. Okay. There. Over it now. Alright. There are some logs put into the trailer. So that is the basics of harvesting your trees. It's just a matter of making it efficient in cutting down your trees, chopping them up, and moving them to your trailer. So that is the basics for that. And that will take us to transporting. Alright, so put the straps on your logs. Just like that. Yeah, there's not very many in this trailer. Usually you try to fill it up all the way, but for this video, I just need to show you how to do this. Alright, I'm taking the truck. We're gonna go to the sawmill. Okay, here at the sawmill, there is a spot marked out by these striped corners and a little icon here that says sell wood if you click on it. So you need to drive your truck and trailer over that icon. And the game will see your logs in the sell area. So if you get like that, okay, got it in the sale box, you can click it. And there, your trees are sold automatically, and they're to the $6,500 into my bank. Guys, that was one tree. That's $6,000. That gives you a taste of how profitable. I have probably 100 to 150 trees in that field, and you can just imagine how much that would all sell for once I get it all done. So this is very profitable, and you can do a lot of it. So that is the basics of transporting trees. There's not much to it. It's just like any other crop in this game. You take it to the sale area or building, and you sell it. Fairly straightforward, just a little different than normal grains. Now, there's one more aspect of this that you need to do, because chopping down all these trees causes a problem. It leaves stumps. You chop down the trees, and you have stumps here. Ugly stumps that won't ever go away. You can never use the field again. You can't plant any more trees or crops. What you need to do is you need to get rid of them. And to do that, you need to get a very cheap implement, a stumper. buy it from the shop in the forestry area. And you can put it on the back of your tractor. All you have to do to use a stumper is turn it on, back up into a stump, line it up with the stumper, and when you see the wood chips flying, that means it is working. Occasionally, depending on how low you have the stumper set up, you might need to come back for a second pass, and you can just back it up and do it for your entire line of trees that you've harvested. And that's all there is to stumping. That is the last step of logging as far as what you need to do. Once you get the stumps done, you can go ahead and plant more trees. The whole process, there are lots of steps, but there's steps for every part of this game. And this part of the game, logging, is one of the most profitable parts of Farming Simulator 19. It's fun to do. I recommend it, and that's how you do it. And that is how you start logging in Farming Simulator 19. This is by no means an exhaustive tutorial, but it should have enough information to get you started. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a good one.